Sorry, it's all about Tony though.
Yeah, no.
Because I had a good question for you as well. It sounds like from your career, you've always like had your own business. You've never worked for someone else.
Now, I've worked for some people, but not in a long-term thing.
Yeah.
It's more like, for example, I had companies that used to want me to go and do training for like financial companies and insurance companies. So I would go and do training for them. Like some of them flew me out. One of them flew me out to Romania to do some Java training for their development team. You know, so more like freelance.
Yeah,
rather
but still,
than,
it's still sounds like your own business.
Exactly.
Yeah, and then the question is like for people who are like on that path or thinking about going on that path, and maybe that will be more common, like with AI and stuff. You know, what are the biggest challenges you faced, and what would you recommend?
The biggest challenge with your own business is discipline. Yeah. If you don't have discipline, just don't even bother to start, because you just need to. It's funny. You have to. You have a business and you're in control of your own time, but you still have to wake up at whatever time in the morning, 8 o'clock in the morning, and you still have to go to work in your business. Whereas a lot of people, when they start business for the first time, they think, I have my own boss.
Yeah, I can do it.
I wake up when I want to do it. Yeah. But when it comes to the end of the month, there's bills to be paid. So you need to focus on getting up, doing all the things that you would do in your normal job. Do it for yourself.
Yeah.
One of the biggest reasons why businesses fail is because people that start the business think it's my business. I'm in charge. I'll tell myself when I'm waking up. I'll tell myself when I'm sleeping. No. And that means that they're giving less time to their business than they would give to their work. And that's why a lot of them fail. Yeah. In fact, what I do is I'm one of these people, I have a lot of discipline. If I have a business, if I have something to do, 6 o'clock in the morning, I'm up. Because the reason why I wake up 6 o'clock in the morning is because I know between 6 and 9, nobody's going to disturb me. From 9 o'clock, everybody has the right to give me a call.
Yeah, you're definitely ahead of the game. I've started that in the last few months, getting up at 6 in the morning, and you really like, by the time everyone else is logging on, you're kind of like, you've got loads done, you're ready to go.
Exactly.
But yeah, it's hard to do when it's your own thing.
Exactly.
Because you could, if you want to, sleep until 11. You know, no one's stopping you.
Exactly. And some days you do.
Yeah.
Because you can.
Yeah.
But you shouldn't make it a habit.
Yeah. Don't get much time to sleep until that.
If your body needs it.
Yeah.
If your body listening to your body and I think it's the fact that you mentioned that is I developed that habit, but it actually came through boxing. Through the instruction that I should be getting up at 4 o'clock in the morning, going for a run, come back at 5, go back to sleep, then get up. You know what I mean? Was what the fighters be instructed to do. You know, and by doing that myself, I'm now caught in that habit where I'm up, 5, 6 o'clock in the morning. Even some mornings 4. But where I lacked the discipline was going to bed early. Right. Going to bed early was always a problem because I still had a bit of that mentality that I can stay up for as long as I want. But in saying that, no one calls me at that time. And that's when I did my most creative work, my most programming was through the night. So I kind of just switched that around. I do that early mornings now. If I'm not going to the gym or training, then I am going to sit down and I'm going to do the stuff that I won't get a chance to do during the day.
Yeah. I have noticed you're sometimes like putting out work like in our WhatsApp group like 2 in the morning, 4 in the morning. But then but you're up like 7 in the morning. It's like what? But you don't look tired. It's great. Yeah. If I do that,
Get a zoom in on the bags. Can we get a zoom in on the bags?
No zooming in. And so what other, like, apart from sleep and obviously nutrition, very important if you want to get your own thing going and have like good energy, what other habits would you recommend?
Well, I think
your own business.
I think the fact that you should factor failure into your success.
That's good advice.
Because most people, that when they're coming from a working environment where they're used to having a boss, they don't see failure. And most people, they were brought up to see failure as a bad thing. But really, failure is a good thing. Failure is actually meaning that you are actually learning something. And when you fail, you learn not to go there. Or learn what to do at that point.
Right.
So I think failure is, I love failing. And when you love failing, you can only succeed after that. Do you see?
Wise words, yeah. I suppose, what would you recommend for people to like kind of cope with that better? And like, yeah, it's one thing saying it, but like putting it into practice and like.
Well, I think to get used to it, to cope with it. I think first to, like we said, just to announce it to themselves first. Just to be able to prepare themselves for it.
Yeah.
Just to be able to say to themselves that the journey is from A to Z, or A to B. But on the way, there will be places where I'm going to fall down. But, it's not about falling down. It's about getting up and then being able to carry on. And I think when you fail, I think for me, I think you need to give yourself something special. Like, it could be something you like. When you fail, rather than, don't beat yourself up.
Yeah, that's my problem.
Reward yourself.
Yeah, but yeah.
Reward yourself. So I didn't see that coming.
Obviously you want to learn from it, but yeah, I like the idea that you're kind of like doing something nice for yourself in that moment.
Take yourself out.
Yeah,
I failed today. I need something good. So so you're not feeling too bad, because what happens with a lot of people when they fail, they beat themselves up.
Oh yeah.
And what's the point?
Yeah.
If you beat yourself up, now how are you going to move on? Failure is beating you already, and then you beat yourself more. So that's I think success is just overrated. Failure is the real thing. If you look at all these successful people, they'll tell you, their real stories are the failures. It's not the success. There's nothing to say when you succeed. Yeah. I always say to people, ask yourself a question. When you succeed, when you become successful, people are going to ask you about your story. So what story sounds best? The story that I failed and it was bad, it was murky, it was horrible, but I kept on persevering and came up. Or a story that I was successful and now I'm successful again. Which story is the best one? Which story do you think is going to inspire other people?
Yeah.
And that's the story they're waiting for. They're waiting for your failure story. When you're listening to stories, success stories, you're listening to the failure part.
Yeah.
Because you want to know whether you're there too, or whether you can go from where you are to where they are. And that's the way I see. That's the way I see it.
Yeah. Good. Yeah. Wise words.
Okay.